In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what I call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media, wherever you may find me. I am known as the Mighty One, Angel Snubbed Up 7. I am also your soul brother, number 1. I know in recent times, and it's not the first time, that I announced that it is a possibility that I will stop making videos for YouTube, that I will leave YouTube and all that kind of good stuff. But if you know my history, I have done this many, many times before. But I would guarantee you, as long as there's life in my breath, I will speak what I need to speak. I will continue to bring what I call real truth to us. However, I am a human being and things get frustrating and human beings suffer great disappointment. That is the norm. But it is very important that this voice and voices like mine, we refuse to give up. We take a break if we have to, but we continue to march forward because, as you know and I know, we are living in a world of fantasy and fiction. A bunch of liars and deceivers and scammers, and they come in all races. They can be black, they can be Caucasian, they can be Chinese, it makes no difference. We live in a world, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to say, we live in a Barnum and Bailey world. Nothing is real. But in order to change this world, in order to make it better, we got to make it real. We got to keep it real. So there are those, and the majority of us, we are used to living in a fake-ass world. We are fake, but then we turn around and talk about other people who are fake, and we are fake ourselves because we are believers in fantasy and fiction, and we love the lies, and we love the fiction, and we love the deception. We love it because that's all that we know. They raise us on Mickey Mouse, rats don't talk. They raise us on Scooby-Doo, dogs don't do what Scooby-Doo do. Virgins don't have babies, there ain't no damn angels. All this religious nonsense and political deception, and it goes on, and we're used to that. So when a voice raises up, void of all, as the best that I can, void of all fiction and fantasy, and because we are lovers of fantasy, then we have to stop. Then we have to do what we can, especially those who benefit from fantasy and fiction and filth and the garbage of this world. These who are pretenders that they don't love filth, but in reality they do. They are like the pigs at the trough. They love the slop. They love the trick-knot worm. They actually love it, pretending they don't. So not only myself, but anyone that comes to YouTube will find that they will have a problem bringing their reality, bringing us facts, bringing us real truth, because we are surrounded and we're living in an environment that is against keeping it real. I'm not talking about that little skit from Dave Chappelle when keeping it real goes wrong. That's just somebody who's just ignorant, just foolish, just silly. I'm talking about those who are actually keeping it real. A slave master must keep a slave in fantasy, because if a slave ever realized that the potential that he or she is really a human being just as great, if not greater, than the slave master, is going to bring the slave master problems. So the slave master cannot keep it real with the slave. The preacher and the pastor must keep the believers in God, the believers in their faith, in darkness, because if those who really believe, they can see that they are just as close to God as any preacher. You don't need, if you're a believer in God, if you're a child of God, you don't need a pastor or a preacher to be in between yourself and the Creator. You can go straight to the Creator and you have a connection to the Creator just like they do. And if you have that connection, that means you don't have to worship the pastor or the preacher and give them all your damn money and so forth and so forth. So the preacher cannot keep it real with you. You are a child of God. You come from your mother's womb just like that preacher or pastor. What makes them more special? Why would God play favorites with you? If that is that type of God, I would advise you to leave that God alone where God plays favorites. Whatever revelation that God gives to the pastor and the preacher, that revelation can be given to you. All these special divine Messiah folks. And you follow up behind them because there is no God that you can grasp. There's no God that you can actually see. So you gravitate toward this man that don't deserve the praise and the worship that you give him or her. So I need to speak. There needs to be voices that can bring us alternative. There need to be voices that can bring us back down to reality. There need to be voices that can help us avoid being scammed, lied to, deceived, and tricked. A place like YouTube, it's a hostile environment for reality. YouTube is for docile commentary. Let's look at a frog. Let's look in space. Let's talk about celebrity news. Let's talk about the latest toys that's coming out. Let's not talk about the government. Let's not talk about the forces that make us a modern day slave no matter what race you are. Race is a concept created by those in power, those in class, in order so that they can control all of its citizens, all of the people on the planet. Class does not. At this time, it is quite clear that the dominant persons taking permanent control of all the masses of the people on this planet, it's quite clear that chances are they are Caucasian. But it has nothing to do with race. There's always been this class of people who don't work, who don't have nothing else to do, and they think it's some kind of game to use their position so they can control. They want to see and manipulate everyone on the planet like living puppets. And we don't understand this. And we tolerate this because this is all we know. We come into this mess. We have no idea of what's going on. Just like a child being born in prison. That's all that child knows. That child does not understand the forces that which makes a prison. The only thing the child knows is that the child was born into this environment. And those who run the prison don't want or wish that that child understand the reality of what they were born into. So, I remember when I first come to YouTube, and I didn't want to be like everybody else. I did not want to, I didn't want to be a Muslim. I didn't want to be a Christian. I didn't want to be like everybody else on YouTube. I didn't want to be Hebrew. I didn't want to be none of these things. I wanted to be different. If I could not be different, then I would prefer just to be silent. I just prefer to be quiet. I have nothing really to offer. There's nothing that I could offer. But I myself had a revelation. And myself, because of what I went through in my own personal experience, I had changed. So I decided to bring that which changed me to YouTube. And I wanted to keep it real. I come from a religious background, so I'm used to the houses, the church, and the temple and the mosque. But I wanted to keep it real. So I'm thinking of a name. Reality Church. No, that don't sound good. Reality Kingdom on Earth. I thought about that. But I was in the temple in the Nation of Islam. And I want to keep things down to earth. So I came up with the name, how about the Realities Temple on Earth? Right here on the earth. I'm not talking about on Pluto, Planet X, and all these different places where they talking about in these different dimensions. No, we're going to keep it real. What do we know of on earth? And hell, the reality is you don't even know the earth. These people are telling us about Dimension 5 and Planet 9 and Planet X, and they keep talking about the universe. You don't even know the earth. So let's keep it real. The Realities Temple on earth. And I thought also, since I'm keeping it real, all my life, I heard people in church, I heard people in the mosque. Let's tell the truth. Bring the facts. So I thought, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do really, really well because I'm bringing the facts. I'm bringing the truth. Man, they're going to be happy. Oh, quite to the contrary, my friend. Quite to the contrary, even to this day. These people, not only black folks, soul brothers and sisters, but Caucasians, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to keep it real. They're not interested. They go to church. They pretend like they want the truth. I'm not talking about some of the truth. I'm not talking about the plain truth. I'm talking about real. Because they think God is real. God is not real. And you can come here and you say whatever you want to. God is not real. The Bible has some truth. Quran has some truth. But you don't want to accept reality. And in order for you to accept reality, you must be able to embrace real truth, reality, facts, pure truth. Because we live in fantasy, because we live in fiction, then we have a problem with reality. And we really don't know what real truth is. Reality, brothers and sisters, is easy to explain. Fantasy and fiction is very difficult. When I ask these people to explain what they believe, they start grasping at straws, start looking up in the air. Their eyes start twitching back and forth because they're trying to find answers. They're not used to their fake reality, their false reality to be challenged. For hundreds of years, this fake reality has not been challenged. But the time has come that this Barnum and Bailey world that we live in, it is now being challenged every day. So when you come to YouTube, it's a hostile environment. Because they really don't want to hear and they don't want to really accept reality. They want to talk about their gods and angels flying through the air. How can you listen to these stories and cannot see that this stuff is just not real? People think that the white man is going to save them. Here you live with people. You live with a group of people that have lynched you, tar and feathered you, raped you, shoot you down in the street with no problem. They've been doing this stuff for 500 years, and you actually gonna sit in this place because you vote, because you got a good job. You really think these people gonna treat you like an equal citizen one day? They have not done it in 500 years, but you got faith in the Caucasian people. You got faith in them. Even the Black Power people have faith in them because they're trying to create generational wealth in a place that some of them, many of them say that America is falling. So if America is falling, why are you trying to create generational wealth in a place that's falling? That's just like investing in McDonald's and McDonald's getting ready to go out of business. It don't make any sense. But see, we are not real. We live in fantasy and fiction. And we have this false hope. We live in false hope and we live in false dreams. And we're asleep. And we're asleep. And people like me, many folks don't like, because I wake you up out of your sleep. I would be doing a disservice to myself. Hold on a second. I would be doing a disservice to myself. I would be doing a disservice to you that I would actually join and help the lies, because that's what it all is. Spirituality is a lie. God is a lie. These politics is a lie. Voting is an illusion. Protesting and marching is an illusion. Your education is an illusion. Being a Moor is an illusion. That Kemetic stuff is an illusion. All of it. Being a black Muslim is an illusion. All of it is an illusion. It's fake. It's bringing us. You're living in an unrealistic manner. But we have fallen in love and we don't know no better. It's just like a child that was never told Santa Claus is not real. It's like a child that was told about Santa Claus, and all the adults, the society, treats disbelief in Santa Claus like it's real. And when you tell that child Santa Claus is not real, they will actually hate you. Don't you tell me that. You're a liar, because that's all they know. That's what they was told. Mama wouldn't lie to them. The preacher wouldn't lie to them. The president wouldn't lie to them. They say Santa Claus is real. What is your problem? They have no idea because that's all they know. So I don't really get angry. I don't get angry at faceless people like Alquan and the trolls. I don't really get angry at none of these people flag my videos and try to make mockery of me and demean me. They make fake accounts of my channels and run around trying to cause trouble. That's all part of it. Because I'm awakening the minds and you want to stay asleep. You know how it is when you're trying to stay asleep and you want to sleep and somebody start come to you and they start shaking you. Wake up, it's time for you to go to work. And in some cases, they will actually reach out to cause you harm, try to punch you in your face, do something to you because they are comfortable in their slumber. They don't want to wake up to the reality that they have to get up and go to work or do whatever. Leave me alone because they're having a good dream. They sleeping. Sleep makes you feel good, you're comfortable. You're in a whole new world. So I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked.
7 hours and 20 minutes of remaining drive time.
I'm not shocked at all that all these people are coming after me and want to mess with me or any of us who are bringing us reality. Any of us that's bringing what I call real truth. Let me give you an example, a quick example of why. Look, you have somebody like Malcolm X. Are you familiar with Malcolm X? I hope you are. If you don't know about Malcolm X, please do your research, get the information, study, like they always say in the pro-black type community. But I'm pretty sure most of us, especially if you've been listening to my words, you know about Malcolm X. Now look, this is the reality. Come on, y'all. Let's talk about this and get out of here. This is the reality. Now, as you know, Malcolm X was kicked. He was kicked out of the Nation of Islam. He did not leave the Nation of Islam. Matter of fact, Malcolm X basically was begging, can I come back? I want to come back to the NOI. Because that's all that he knew for 12 years. That's all he done for 12 years. So of course, Malcolm wanted to try to come back to the Nation of Islam. That's all he knew for 12 years. He loved that. He loved the lie. He loved that fantasy world. He didn't know it was. He went from being asleep in the criminal world to being asleep in the religious world, and the religious world put him to sleep when it was all said and done. The same people, the same mentality, the same religious garbage that was supposed to save his life took his life. And of course they justified it. But Malcolm was kicked out of the Nation of Islam. Now look at this now. Malcolm got kicked out of the Nation of Islam and he's on his own. He attempts to create his own movement, his own organization. Attempts. He never really had a chance. I'm gonna say that again. He never really had a chance. It basically was an organization only in name. He never really had an opportunity to get his movement, get his organization off the ground. But yet, now this is it, y'all. Now look. But yet, the forces that be, which was the Nation of Islam, which was the United States government, the forces that be, here's a man that don't have nothing Listen, listen. Listen. Malcolm X don't have nothing. Malcolm X has done nothing except talk. Give radio and television interviews up to this point. Malcolm never had a chance to do nothing, okay? But see, this is the key. Malcolm had potential. So the United States government, who sat back in the cut, because chances are they knew that these stupid, silly Negroes of the Nation of Islam had planned this man's murder. They said, shoot, why should we try to kill the dude? We just sit back in the cut and let them silly Negroes do it. The Nation of Islam, those associated with the Nation of Islam, these religious zealots, I don't give a damn what they talk about. The Nation of Islam murdered Malcolm X. There was nobody else made any threats. Malcolm did not have problems until the Nation of Islam got angry with him. He did not have no problems at all. There was no threats from nowhere else. There was an alleged poisoning when he went out of the country that was unsuccessful. But there were numerous threats by the Nation of Islam until they finally carried it out. But look, this man had nothing. Why you want to poison? You should ask, why would the American government want to try to poison Malcolm? The man had nothing. He wasn't in a position to do nothing. See, brothers and sisters, what it is, it's the potential. It's the potential. It's the idea. Malcolm was bringing something, a reality, something different. Bringing what we call real truth up to that point in 1965. And it was dangerous because any type of reality has the potential to really open up the minds of the people. Malcolm was smart enough to separate his religion from the struggle. The Nation of Islam did not do that. Matter of fact, the reality was the Nation of Islam was not interested in the struggle. They used black oppression to try to convert people to an Arab religion. That's all their purpose was, and that's all their purpose is to this day. The Nation of Islam does not represent black liberation, soul liberation. It does not and never have. It's an organization designed to convert you to a religion. Master Farah Muhammad created the Nation of Islam as a money maker. He was a con artist. He knew that black folks was in love with religion and they were loyal to these gods. Master Farah Muhammad created the Nation of Islam as an alternative. He took advantage of the hell that black folks was catching in the 1930s. He used that to create this platform so that he could make money, and he did, because that's what it was all about. That's what it was all about. So, the Nation of Islam saw Malcolm X as a threat. Because if Malcolm could actually get this off the ground and people could actually begin to be attracted towards something more real, it'll mess up their game. So we need to stop this before it can even get started. Like Barney Fife used to say on the Andy Griffith show, we got to nip this in the bud. They knew the potential of Malcolm, even though he didn't have nothing except the clothes on his back, some radio interviews, and some television interviews. The man did not accomplish nothing. But it was his potential. We don't even want it, we don't even want this to get started. We don't even want the seed to get put in the ground. We got to stop this now. That's why it was important to stop Malcolm. In the YouTube universe, when they flag channels, they are shooting at you. When they terminate your channel, they have committed assassination. Do y'all understand this? Because they don't want truth, they don't want reality to even get started. If you notice, they don't bother Tariq Nasheed, hundreds and thousands of subscribers. They don't mess with Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks, and they concentrate on Dope Coke One. They concentrate on people like me. They concentrate on small channels. Every time a small channel, it's the small channels that's bringing the real. It's the small channels that's bringing the real truth. These others are nothing but commercialization, the same old damn lies, the same old deception. Why would you flag a channel that you say only has 10 subscribers and 10 views? Because they don't want you to get started. Because once you get a momentum, they want to stop the momentum. Now, contrary to popular belief, don't you know that if it was not for YouTube flagging my videos, tearing my channels down, I'm just as big as Sonetta TV. I'm just as big as Tariq Nasheed. I'm just as big as all these people. Don't you know this? Because people actually do want to hear the real truth. They actually do. But the forces that be want to silence my voice. They want to silence voices like mine so we don't get that momentum started. Because when people are steady, hear the real truth, they're going to reject Sonetta TV, Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, all this Pan-African stuff. Y'all going to start getting away from it because you see that nothing is happening with that anyway. They would rather you be a Christian and a Muslim and Pan-African and Kemetic, Hebrew. They would rather you mess with that and keep you in la-la land. Let's stop Angel Snub Nub 7 before he can even get started. The Mississippi campaign has not even been able to get off the ground, but look at the attacks. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. The Mississippi campaign will work. They know it will work. Now, the United States government and YouTube, they know the Mississippi campaign will work because they know the history of the so-called Negro in America. Hey, what's up there, Andre? They know it's going to work. The reason why soul brothers and sisters attack me is simply out of ignorance. They don't know any better. But this government and Google, they know the Mississippi campaign will work. Soul brothers and sisters, out of ignorance, because you're used to living on planet X and dimension, the fifth dimension or whatever. You used to living with these gods and angels and spirits and demons and spooks. That's where your mind is in fantasy. But when you hear reality, it messes with your mind. You know, it reminds me of somebody that don't want to hear it. They cover their eyes, they cover their ears, and I don't want to hear it. Because they know what you're telling them is the truth. But right now they cannot accept it. But see, time is on my side because time is going to show you that Angel Snub Nub 7 is right on time. And you think, and see, and there are many of you who know that Angel Snub Nub 7 is on time. You know that Angel Snub Nub 7 is right. But you won't help Angel Snub Nub 7. You're not going to do nothing. You don't want to work because you still have that mentality. You still have that mentality that some Messiah, you think some savior, you think some kind of ghost, some kind of God alien gonna come and save you. You don't have to do a damn thing. Because you still have that mindset. You used to living in this filth. You used to living in this fantasy world. Keep waiting. So see, the reason why they flag and troll Angel Snub Nub 7, because you got to think about it, brothers and sisters. Here are channels, here I am, like they say, 10 subscribers, 10 views. Why is it necessary to flag me, troll me, terminate me? Because I'm bringing the real truth, I'm bringing reality. We got to stop this before it can get started. I mess with everybody's money. I mess up the money of the preachers. I mess up the lives of the government. I mess up these YouTube content makers like Sadnana TV and Tariq Nasheed. I mess up their game. Zaza Ali. Simply because we keeping it real. But you should want the real. I don't want fantasy. Like I said,
8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Like I said, it's easy. It's easy to explain reality, y'all.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
When it comes to fantasy and fiction, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to explain how a virgin have a baby. I don't even want to try to explain that. I don't want to explain about Planet X. And the only thing I know about is the Earth. I don't want to do that. So of course, YouTube is a hostile place. Because the people on YouTube, the majority of people on YouTube, we was born in fantasy. We was born in fiction. We was born in lies and deceit. And it's a difficult thing. And it makes us sad to know that everything, don't you look, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get out of here. Do you know how a child feels? Well, you was a child, and chances are you was told that lie. You was told that lie about Santa Claus. How did you feel when you found out Santa Claus was a lie? How did you feel? You felt really, really bad, and even as a child, you felt really, really stupid, like, damn, how could I have believed in that? It's the same thing. See, that's what it's about. It's really embarrassing. That's why, see, many of you know that I'm telling the truth, but it's embarrassing and you feel bad, and you rather hold on to the lie than embrace the truth. Because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, brothers and sisters. I know. See, because I felt the same way.
In 400 feet. Keep
You
to
think-
the entrance to the right on I-24 West.
You think that this brings me some kind of joy or it's fun or something like that? Hell, it's embarrassing, but we didn't know. We was lied to. You don't know, we didn't know. We was lied to, brothers and sisters. So you shouldn't feel embarrassed. It's embarrassing. Some of us have believed in this fantasy stuff all our life. 40, 50, 60, 70 years. It's embarrassing.
Continue on this road.
But the
For 4
real,
miles.
really, the real embarrassment is when we know the truth, but we won't accept it. We won't accept the real. That's really when it's embarrassing, because you look silly and stupid trying to argue and debate me. You don't have a chance in hell because what you're talking about is not real. It's just not. I don't care how you explain it. I don't care how you flip-flop and spin it around. You cannot tell me something that clearly that does not work. I don't care how you flip it around. You cannot show how it works.
State border ahead.
I am not the problem. The problem is you. Because you can't accept the real. And then you it just goes on and on and on. Yes, Syrian, we should respect other people's beliefs and lifestyles.
Speed warning.
That's true. But a lie is a lie. Fantasy is fantasy. I respect your belief. I respect your lifestyle, but a lie is a lie. I'm not going to accept a lie. You can believe in a lie if you want to. You can believe in that fantasy if you want to. I respect you as a person. If you are gay or homosexual, I'm not going to accept that lifestyle because it's unnatural. And if you can't understand why I cannot embrace that, then that's a personal problem.
Speed warning.
I'm not going to accept that. God does not exist. God has no power. It's a lie. I respect you as a Christian, but don't expect me to accept your lie. That's a lie. There is no power in that. It's fantasy and it's fiction. And I'm not going to let you sit around here and let you spread your lie to children
Crossing border.
who don't know no better, or anybody else. Your lie has to be exposed. Your lie has to be put. A lie cannot. How does a lie, how does fantasy help you grow? It's false. So if a lie is deception and it's false, any growth that you do is false. You must keep it, we must keep it real. We hold on to these lies. You should be ashamed of yourself. How can a lie, how can what is fantasy help you grow? It cannot. It keeps you in darkness. A lie and fantasy is darkness. You'll never see the light. You just grow. You just go deeper into your death, into your slumber. That's all you do. How can a lie make you healthy? Just like a person telling you a lie. Like if you're a rich person and you're not really making any money, but your accountant, just so that you can feel good or whatever, is telling you lies about how your business is really doing. If your accountant told you, if your accountant told you the truth, maybe you could save your business. But he's gonna tell you a lie. So it is inevitable that your business is going to fail. I don't compromise with lies. That's what the Civil War is about. That's what your book of Revelation is about. It's about good versus evil for the final time. I'm not gonna compromise with that. That means you are on the side of the liar. You are on the side of those who deceive. That's what it's telling me. And I don't want nothing to do with you anyway. Move out. Take off. Go somewhere else. Don't ask me to accept your lie. I don't compromise lies. It's an outright lie. I'm not gonna let you sit around here and teach lies. There is no compromise because that's a lie. You as a person, that's cool. I respect you as a person. But these beliefs and these lies that y'all believe in, don't think I will not accept that. It's not gonna happen. It's a lie. You know it's a lie. I know it's a lie. There's nothing to debate. See, I don't believe in anything. Syrian, this channel is not about belief. This is about what we actually know to the best of our ability. I don't believe in nothing. There's things that I personally believe, and I would tell you it's a belief. I'm not about belief. I'm about what I know, what is factual. It's not about what I believe. I don't care nothing about belief. Hell, I believe I can fly. Do you see me flying? I believe I can fly. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, Andre, that's a good thing that Sonata TV is exposing Christianity. But see, the thing about that is, he's not exposing that stuff that he believe in, because it's messed up too. So you can dish it out, but when it's his turn to take it, he got a problem. He act just like the Christians that he's banging on. You want me to just be your friendship with me, I have to accept it has strings attached. You want me to accept your lie that you didn't even make up. See, this is the thing about it too. You did not make Christianity. You did not make up Islam. You did not make up this Kemetic stuff. You didn't even make it up. None of this stuff that y'all made up. You just believe in it. I'm speaking against these ideals that you believe, not you as a person. You did not create Christianity. You did not create Islam. You did not create none of this stuff. You can believe all that you want to, Syrian. I have a right. I have a right. Just like you have a right to spread your stuff. People have the right to counter with that stuff that you believe in. Just like people have the right to talk about whatever I bring. But my position is easy. Because my position is easy to defend because it's real. That stuff is not real. That stuff has been tried and tested. It's been around for hundreds of years. And what has it done for you lately? What has it done for you? Nothing. Nothing. It's doing nothing for you. You know it and I know it. And you happy with nothing. As long as you can feel good. Oh, God gonna do this. Oh, God gonna do that. The power of the Holy Spirit. How you gonna respect a lie? How do you respect a lie? How do you respect a liar? How do you respect a scam artist, a deceiver, a manipulator? How can you dare ask somebody to respect a lie? You know it's a lie. You just want to hold on to it because you think the lie does something for you in your life. I was there. I've been there, done that. There's a lot of things I could say, oh, God did this for me. I'll be telling a damn lie. It's a lie. You want to hold on to it. The lie. You want somebody to accept you and your lie. I'm not doing it. It's a lie. I'm going to call it for what it is. If you don't like it, then you need to roll out. That's all I can tell you. I don't talk about people as a person. Like I said, you did not invent, you did not create the belief in Jesus, the belief in Allah, this Kemetic science, this Hebrew stuff, this Moor stuff. You didn't have nothing to do with it. Somebody forced it on you, you were sold it. I don't know nothing about you as a person. I don't talk about people as a person. I don't talk about your wife or your dog. Or the car you drive. I talk about that belief that you did not create. And you want to continue No, see, the thing about it, Syrian, y'all just can't handle the truth. You can't handle reality. It don't make no difference if I say it quietly or loud. It don't make no difference. It makes no difference. You want to use that as an excuse. Oh, you hostile, you talk loud. That's not going to change nothing. You love your lie. You love the lie. You're loyal to the lie. You know it's a lie. I would debate any of these people. It don't take no time. They start falling apart. They start crying. They start getting upset. Because it's easy to defend reality. It's hard to defend fantasy and fiction. These lies we've been taught since we was a child. It's a lie. And I'm not going to embrace a lie. So let's stop Angel Snubbing Up 7. Let's stop all the people that's telling the truth about religion and this black conscious stuff. Let's try to stop them before they can get started good. Because if you notice, if you don't know, my number's steady climbing. Whether they like it or not, that's the reason why they want to stop my voice, because my numbers start climbing real fast. People are starting to see to be hostile against Allah. Now you want, see, that's a mind game. Because you don't want your, this lie that you believe in, you don't want it talked about. Oh, you're hostile, you're angry, you all that old dumb stuff. I hate Minister Farrakhan. The history of Christianity and Islam and religion. How many people those religions have murdered and oppressed? Talk about somebody hate, somebody hostile. Who's more hostile than Christians and Muslims and y'all religious folks? Apparently you don't even know your own history. Are you, hey, are you serious? Who's more hostile than these pro-black type folks? Who's more hostile than these religious folks? Are you serious? That's a good question, Andre. Well, hey, Syrian, you need to talk to your brothers and sisters, because they don't give a care about, they never gave a care about that commandment, thou shalt not kill. They done a lot of killing. Matter of fact, the Muslims and the Christians fighting each other for, I don't know. Who is more hostile than these pro-black folks and these religious people and the government? Really? No. Like I say, you live in fantasy and fiction, and this is all that you know of. And we need to nip Angel Snub 7 and these other truth tellers. We need to nip them in the bud before people actually see that we keeping it real. We're the real deal. If you don't want to accept reality, you are a liar. Talk about you want the world to change. You're a liar. Because if you're not willing to accept reality, you like things just the way they are. You like things just the way they are. The only thing that's going to change this world, the only thing that is going to stop humanity from self-destruction is embracing reality. It's simple as that. So let's nip these guys in the bud. Let's try to stop them because they'll make the people see they live in a Barnum and Bailey world, regardless of race. The angels. What angels? What is an angel? See? What is an angel? You ain't never saw. What? See? That's that religious stuff. The angels created civilization. What angels? What you talking about? See? You want Really? What angels? What history is that? When was the last time you met an angel? Really? What is an angel? Do your research, get the information, and find out what an angel really is. Where that come from. And then you come back here and tell me how they created civilization. You don't even know what an angel really is. See, we're sleeping, and we just don't want to be woke out of our sleep. That religious sleep, that black conscious garbage sleep, they just don't, they sleep. Well, I'm sorry. If you have the right to spread these lies, I have the right to speak and give people an alternative, which is reality. I respect people for you as a person, but don't expect me to respect what I know of, and you know too, that is a lie. It ain't real. It's not real. I was a Christian, I was a Muslim, I'm familiar with all these other different beliefs that we off into. The stuff is not real. You are not an Egyptian. You're not a Hebrew. You're not a Moor. You're not an African. You're not a Native American. I can show you simply. I don't compromise with lies. I can work with swirlers. I can work with you for what is in the best interest of you. Understand? Well, I'm having technical difficulty. I want to say this and get out of here, okay? I'm not going to accept your lie. I don't have to accept your unnatural. I don't have to accept your lie. I can easily work with anybody that wants to do something that is good in the what's in the best interest of us as a people. They want you to accept their lie. They don't know how to keep what is in the best interest of us as a people and their lie out of it. Like I told you earlier, Malcolm X I want to say this, and I really need to get out of here. Technical difficulty is really bad. I'm going to say this real quick. You need to learn how to separate your belief or your lifestyle from the struggle. You don't know how to do that. For me, it's easy because I have no belief. Yes, sir, Brother Andre. See, Brother Andre, you know how to separate your belief from the struggle. And that's what it's all about.
Speed warning.
Because I'm not going to accept your belief. I'm not going to accept your lifestyle. I don't have to accept your belief. I don't have to accept your lifestyle. That's your own personal what you want to do. Don't try to force that on other people. That's what you and I also have the right to speak out, whether it's negative or positive, about that. Because it has nothing to do with you as a person. I don't know you as a person. That lifestyle has been going on, that belief has been going on way before you and me was born. You have to learn how to separate your feelings from the struggle. That's more mind games, Syrian. Because I don't hate nobody. I never said I hate. I'm just telling you the truth about it. There is no God. It has nothing to do with hate. There is no God. That's just the reality of it. Prove it. Tell your God, let's set up a live stream. Let's set up a live stream and tell your God to come to the live stream so I can interview your God. Simple as that. Otherwise, it's a lie. Come on. Are you in agreement, Syrian? Has nothing to do with hate. Your God don't exist, sir. Or ma'am, I don't know whether you male or female. It's simple as that, sir, ma'am. Has nothing to do with hate. That's mind game. Oh, you hate, you have a grievance. No, it's not real. You know why you can't put your father to the test? Because your father's not real. Your father is not real. And you're not the one putting the father to the test. I'm the one doing it. Bring your God to the live stream. Let's set it up. It's simple as that. Show me the power of your God. All those people in the Bahamas, I guarantee you, thousands of those people on that island, Christians. That hurricane just flooded the whole island. What did your God do? What did your God do, Syrian? For all those Christians that live in the Bahamas. Come on now, tell me. Why your God didn't stop that hurricane from flooding that island out? Come on now, talk to me. What Eric Muhammad said, talk black to me. Come on, Syrian. Talk black to me. All those Christians in the Bahamas just got flooded out. What did your God do? Come on, Syrian. Answer my question. Why did your God, first of all, your God created the hurricane, then your God flooded out the Bahamas, knowing that there was Christians on the island. Explain this to us. Go ahead, put it in the chat room before I get out of here, before we start having technical difficulty. Come on. Explain to us why your God killed people like that. 5 people was killed or more in the Bahamas. Your God is a murderer. What did those people do to deserve to die? Come on, Syria. Write it in the chat room.
In 2 miles.
Explain this to us.
I-57.
Explain it. See, another thing is that, most of these people, they don't want to work to do nothing for black folks for real anyway. They use that as an excuse. You don't God, all those ain't nothing but excuse. God, all those ain't nothing but excuse. See, this is what I mean. See, this is what I mean. Syrian has no answer. Syrian has no answer at all. can't make up no answer to justify this God that created the hurricane and killed all those people in the Bahamas. This dumbass shot up this highway in Texas.
In a half mile, keep to the left on I-57.
Where is your God? This 15-year-old black boy was murdered over the weekend in St. Louis. A whole black family, a mother, a father, and a young girl was murdered in their apartment. Where is your God at, Syrian? Talk black to me.
Continue on this road for 47 miles.
So again, the reason why they need to nip me and other people who actually tell the truth, they don't give a damn. You can talk about Jesus all day on YouTube. How many of these Christian channels, how many of these Christian YouTube? None of them. Because they keep you in fantasy. They keep you docile. They keep you in la-la land. But those of us who actually bring a truth. Now some of these channels, these people are vulgar, they're hateful, they're nasty. I understand that. I'm not nasty, I'm not vulgar, I'm not none of these things. I just speak things. I just speak and keep it real. That's all. Up 7, and those who speak reality, let's nip it in the bud. Before these people start embracing reality. We want to keep them in la-la land. And it makes no difference what your skin color is. There are a lot of Caucasians that's talking and bringing it real. They're flagging and tearing down their channels also. They want you to keep focus. I love you and I respect you as a person, and you are wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself to try to force your religion on me, on anybody. I don't have to accept your lifestyle. If you are a homosexual, or gay or transgender, I don't have a problem. I do not have a problem with people's belief or their lifestyle. People have a problem with me because I have to tell the truth about it. Not you as a person. That lifestyle, that belief, that is not you. That's something that you were sold, or that's something that you believe in. You were sold, or that's something that you believe in. I don't know. That's not the issue. Y'all need to learn to separate your feelings from the struggle. Also, if you have the right to spread that, if you have the right to tell children that homosexuality and transgender and all that stuff is natural, and you have the right to tell people that it's natural, and you have the right to tell people that God exists and all this stuff, and all this pro-Kemetic Hebrew garbage stuff that y'all talking about, then I have the right to tell the children stuff that y'all talking about. Then I have the right to tell the children or anybody. So when you come to Angel Snub 7, and this channel going down, come to Angel Snub 7, and this channel going down, I want to open my channels right back up. I'm going to be able to break the ice, and you're going to be done. All y'all liars, all you deceivers, you're going to be done. Because time is on my side. I'm going to be able to break the ice. Don't deserve this no more. You deserve better. Regardless of your, you deserve better. Being tricked, exploited, made mockery of, in closed doors, scammed all the damn time. You're not going to win. It's time for reality to come to us. Now you see, if you're looking at the original version of this talk, I asked that Syrian person, I don't know whether Syrian is a male or female, I don't know. They didn't answer that question either. I forgot. I don't know whether they're male or female. I asked the Syrian, bring your God to my live stream. I asked Syrian, why is God killing in the Bahamas? Why is God letting people die, being shot down in Texas at Walmart? No answer. No answer. But we're not supposed to hide that this God got all this power and can do all this stuff, but there's no evidence of it because it's a lie. It's fantasy. You will have a better chance waiting on Superman to come save you. So on that note, let me get out of here. Keep talking. But Angel Snubbing Up 7, it's not going nowhere. If you don't see this channel, you can keep up with me on Facebook. I don't really have any problems on Facebook. But just Google Angel Snubbing Up 7, The Reality Temple, and you're gonna find me. You're gonna find me again. I'm not gonna go nowhere. You deserve. It's as simple as that. Thank you for listening. It's always an honor. I appreciate it. I even appreciate YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me the opportunity to talk. Thank you. Thank you. Siri will be listening later. Thank you. And I really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all on the flip. Peace. Hey, that is so slick. That is so slick. That's the same stuff. You hate white people. You know, you hate white people. You got grievance. You got to start toward white because you want people to embrace your fantasy, your lie. You should be shaming yourself. Woo, man, oh man. I am so glad to be awakened. I cannot even explain to you how it feels to have your mind liberated. I believe in no God. I believe in no pro-black stuff. I mean, I'm just liberated. The brain is not stunted by nothing. I cannot even explain to you how good that feels. There's no God, there's no spirits, there's no spooks, there's no belief, there's no fantasy. I just accept things just how they are in this reality that we live in. and it's easy to explain.